All right. So I'm here with Daniel Bagienski. He's a dedicated glass driver in the FND division. Congratulations on 20 years. How are you doing?
Oh, thank you. I'm doing great.
So you've been working at Maverick since October 2nd, the year 2000. What did you do prior to Maverick?
I drove for a year for Snyder National. I went to their school up in Green Bay, and it didn't cost anything, so it was the best school to go to, the free one. So I went up there in 2 weeks orientation. Then they put me in a trainer truck for 2 weeks, and then I was out on my own. And I worked the PPG account, which they had back then, but it was pulling glass in vans. So that's pretty much the other driving job I had to do before Maverick. Before then, I was a production manager at a large wholesale bakery in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Well, since you've been with Maverick, you've hauled 3,074 loads. You've tarped 2,305 of them. So thank you for that.
Oh, the tarp would have been much more if I hadn't switched over to glass. So
you're right about that. Yeah. So with Maverick, you've driven over 2 million miles. That's equivalent to about 87 trips around the world. What's your fondest memory?
My fondest memory?
Yeah.
I think when I got my million miles, it was a long time coming for that. But yeah, that would have been my best moment with Maverick.
What was your first truck?
It was 97040. It was an old FLD Freightliner. It was before before Freightliner started making the Centuries. It was pretty nice. It had a real long hood on it, and it was more like a Peterbilt than it was a Freightliner back then. But that was my first one. I had it for about a year, and then I got a Century, which I had for 5 years. I never had a truck any longer than 22008. I had that truck for almost 5 years even, and then I had like 3 Columbias, 2 mid-roof Cascadias, and this is my third condo Cascadia.
You just went through a variety of trucks there. Do you have a favorite?
The one I'm in now, because it was one of the 10 that they bought that have the table and the chairs in it. And it gets a really good fuel mileage, and it never breaks down. Knock on wood on that one. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it is my favorite truck so far.
So when you're on the road as much as you must have a really strong support system at home. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your family?
Well, I have my wife Missy, and she takes care of the place, and I have a daughter Caitlin. And the thing about Caitlin was, when I got on a Greyhound bus to go to Maverick, she was 2 weeks old, and she just had her 20th birthday, and Maverick kind of helped raise her. So we really appreciate that. My wife's been great. She's been great backing me up on this.
So I know with the FND fleet, you run a lot of miles. You're gone for long periods of time. Do you have any hobbies or interests outside of Maverick that if you can't do at home, maybe you're doing in the truck?
Well, I could do them. I could do them at home, but I run about 4 miles, about 4 times a week. 4 miles 4 times a week, and I have certain places all around the country that I like to run, from Barstow, California to Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I know all the truck stops that have sidewalks, around where they're at, and I could run down to Burke Burnett, but running is pretty much my only hobby right now.
So if there's drivers just starting with Maverick, or just people thinking about getting into the industry, do you have any words of advice or encouragement for them? Patience.
It's what I tell my students when they get in the truck, or pretty much right when they get out of the truck. I just tell them, you're going to get frustrated and you're going to want to quit, but you just have to have patience, and if you cool down a little bit, you know, and just have a little bit of patience, you'll go far in this industry, because this industry is filled with a lot of impatient people, and you know, people that'll just get mad and quit, you know. And it's easier just to have one company for 20 years than to have 20 companies over 20 years, you know, because you lose so much every time you change companies. And that's that's about the best advice I can give.
Well, I think that's fantastic advice.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I know it's your day off today. You know, thank you for your time. And, you know, is there anything else you want to share
No,
today? I feel like 20
that's
years.
about it. I'm kind of I'm very introverted, so you know, I'm really a tough nut to crack. So it's amazing that you got this much out of me.
Okay, well, thank you for taking the time to do this. We really appreciate it. And congratulations again on 20 years. That's an impressive accomplishment.
Okay, thanks a lot, Mike. You have a great day.
Thank you. You
Okay.
too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.